Hello, friends. Over the last few months, I've had a lot of fun with Triple H, and hopefully it brought you some entertainment and some joy through a really difficult pandemic. But today, on the 19th anniversary of 9/11, I didn't feel right calling anything a happy hour. So instead, with my good friend Pat Tolan, I created a little video to talk about my feelings, my respect, as it relates to 9/11. Take care. I hope you get a chance to reflect on what today means. 19 years sounds like a long time ago. But when I think back to 19 years ago today, it resonates like it happened just minutes ago.
It was a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning. I remember it clearly because the night before we were actually at the Michael Jackson concert, and I was dropping a good friend off in Colonia, New Jersey, when I heard the news that a plane had just hit the World Trade Center. I remember looking up in the sky, just saying to myself, how is that possible? It's a beautiful day. How can you miss that building? And I paused, and I didn't think much of it on that first plane. I just thought it was a beautiful day. Someone had lost control. But when I pulled into the building at Merrill Lynch on Thornwall and got the news that a second plane had hit, I immediately knew that we were under attack. Now, over the next few hours, you started to think of everyone that you knew that worked in those towers. Growing up in Monmouth County, you knew that a lot of us from Middletown commuted right into there. But still, I don't think at that moment we had any idea that this would become such an historic part and such a tragic part of our history. As we were glued to the TV and simply watching the buildings, watching the replays from different angles of the planes hitting the building, it wasn't until we saw the destruction and the fire and the ashes, and that eventually we saw the building fall, that it really came to us what was happening, that this disaster was upon us. I can never forget. I simply can never, ever, ever forget the images from that day. It is a holy day for me to lose loved ones from Villanova, great friends that we grew up with. I was honored a few years ago for the David Brady Award, one of the 5 Merrill Lynch employees that were killed in 9/11. It's one of the great honors of my life. I think the thing that, I miss about that moment was that as a nation, we were all together. We really were. There was no Democrats, there was no Republicans. When we were attacked at that moment, we really were all together. The stories of heroism and selfless bravery we saw that day, facing horrific danger, firefighters raced into buildings, police officers and EMS workers responded in incredible ways to everyone's emergencies. Passengers on one hijacked plane fought back, and people everywhere came together to rebuild. And we did this as one nation. And there's that iconic picture of that flag that's there, that brings us all together. That flag that just is so meaningful. It kills me that today we use that flag as something that separates us. We should not be kneeling for a flag. Remember these moments when you kneel at a flag. Protests are one thing, but don't take it out on the flag. This flag with 13 stripes, with the 50 stars that signifies our unity. We can never forget the powerful images. We can never forget this day that we as Americans were attacked on our own homeland. I certainly won't. Let us remember all the loved ones. Let us remember all the heroes from 9/11. Thank you.